Michigan Magazine is kept on the road by our many Michigan friends. Cops and Donuts Bakery, downtown Clare, a winning combination. Cops and Donuts. Experience the beauty, artistry, and taste of Northern Michigan. Come to Amish Country Natural Products on Mount Tom Road, north of Mile, just off M33. From arts and crafts to fresh foods and vegetables, all natural, all local, all good. Stop by and get acquainted with Amish Country Natural Products, 1454 North Mount Tom Road, Mile. Something special's cooking, hot and delicious. Indulge yourself at Morning at Maggie's in Bay City. Omelets, frittatas, hotcakes, and more. Make every day special with a stop at Morning at Maggie's for breakfast or lunch on Saginaw in Bay City. Everyone at Michigan Magazine hopes you and your family had a wonderful Christmas, and best wishes to you and yours for the upcoming new year. Today on the program, we're bringing you a story of a dream come true for a couple of men who created a town in the wilderness of northern Michigan. It's an old west town, complete with saloon and funeral home, open to one and all who wish to escape into the wild and woolly west. But first, we bring you a few tips on living to be 100 and beyond from 102-year-old Hubert Pierce of Tawas City. It's all coming up on Michigan Magazine. The Michigan-made rebounding mailbox pole. Never again worry about the winter snowplow taking out your mailbox with this ingenious rebounding pole. Your mailbox takes a hit and keeps coming back year after year. Call now or visit their website, toughmailboxes.com. Rose Valley Winery on Beechwood Road in Rose City. See what thousands are raving about, creating a delicious variety of award-winning Michigan wines. Stop by and taste for yourself. The taste of Michigan is yours at Rose Valley Winery. Introducing the Weed Gator. For safe and easy aquatic weed removal, the Weed Gator is the #1 alternative to harsh chemicals for getting rid of pond and lake weeds. Safe and effective. See it in action now at weedgator.net. Made in the USA. What's the secret to living a long and healthful life? That's a question that's been asked for generations. One thing we discovered through our travels at Michigan Magazine, if we have a question about these mysteries in life, we should visit those who may have a pretty good insight or a strong opinion on the subject. The past few years, we've been coming across Michiganders who have crossed that centurion line, living to be over 100 years old. What's the secret to living not only past 100, but also living to be over 100 and maintaining a vital and influential life? Well, when we started asking more specific questions on the subject, we found we didn't have to go very far from our Michigan Magazine headquarters. Our journey today takes us to Tawas City, to the area's Seventh-day Adventist Church, where we would spend the Sabbath morning with Hubert Pierce, who is in his 102nd year and still leading the Sabbath morning Bible study. Longevity is nothing unusual amongst Seventh-day Adventists. Recent independent studies have found the denomination to be one of the longest living segments of the world population, mostly due to their health message and their vegetarian and vegan diets and lifestyles. It's also amazing to note that Seventh-day Adventism officially began as a denomination here in Michigan, the roots forming in the Battle Creek area back in the 1800s. On this Saturday morning, we found Hubert busy greeting church members as we walked through the door. The morning progressed swiftly with Hubert leading the Bible study, then lending a hand during the services as an elder. Following services and prior to the fellowship meal, we got the chance to talk with Hubert about his life. Hubert, it's a pleasure meeting you.
Glad to meet you too, Barry.
Yes. Now, how old are you now, Hubert?
I'm 102.
Wow. And what's so interesting about this is that you're still very active, in the church and in life in general. Now, the biggest question I think I have is, what's your secret to being so active and involved?
Well, I always say the Lord is to blame.
Oh?
He's been good to me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't deserve it, but he's been good to me.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm a vegetarian now and haven't been all my life. But anyway, the Lord has just been good to me. That's all.
Mm-hmm. Now you say that you haven't been a vegetarian all your life.
No.
What was the turning point? Do you remember what?
Well, years ago, we never thought of, there wasn't much said about not eating meat, you
mm-hmm.
know. We always ate clean meats, and there was no question about it until it just seems like, 50, 60 years, you know, then it began to seem like it began to show up more.
Now, does longevity run in your family? I mean, do you have people in your family who live a long
Well,
time?
I'll tell you, there was 9 in our family. My mother and father, and then we had 8 boys, and there was 1 girl. We always used to say there was 8 brothers, and we all had a sister.
Yeah.
And I had 1 brother. I just lost 1 brother, You perhaps have heard of him.
Was he your older brother?
He was my next older than me. See, I'm the last one on the totem pole.
Oh, okay.
And he was next, and he lived to be 104 in about 6 months. And then I had 1 other brother that lived to be 96, and 1 brother that lived 90 years old. And all of the rest of them were all down the line from that, you know, in their 80s and like that. My sister died young. I think she was in her, probably in her 60s or 70s.
Have you always lived in the Tawas area, or what
No,
was your
I've
background?
lived in the Tawas area about 33 years.
Okay.
And then I lived here once during the Depression for a couple of years. So about 35 years I've lived in this neighborhood. But
Let's go back in time. What was your profession? What did you do for a living in
I
your
was
young
a
days?
builder.
A builder, okay.
Yeah, I was a builder, carpenter, and also a mason. We done mason work, and back in the older days, you know, you done everything. You laid the foundation, you built the house, you done the electrical work and the plumbing and everything else.
Hubert's past as a carpenter and builder blended into his selfless work within the church, assisting in building churches when the need was there. Hubert told us it's one of those things that he felt made his work on earth necessary. As we visited more, we found the church was always a part of Hubert's life. He fondly reminisced with us about his earliest recollections of services being held in his home.
Our church at Mile was started right in our house. Right in our house. There was itinerary preachers that come through. One was a call porter and the other was a preacher. And they used to set up their big charts right in our living room and preach.
Wow.
And then we'd have Sabbath there, have a Sabbath school and church right in our living room.
One thing about Hubert that really means a lot to me is that if I ask him to do something for others, he's always willing. He made visits even to a nursing home here in town, and they were surprised because they thought he was supposed to be in the home, but he was living on his own, driving, you know, and Hubert's always willing to serve people. I think that adds to his longevity, his faith in God, but his willingness to serve, you know, and to be a positive attitude. He's 102 years old. He's the oldest active elder, I believe, in the North American division, United States.
Now, how long have you been in Tawas?
I've been in Tawas just about, well, now I'm going on my 6th year.
Okay, now what was your first impression when you saw
Well,
Did you have any first
I was sort of a
impressions?
little surprised that he was still driving. That was a surprise.
Okay.
And he was 96 years old or something like that, 97.
Just a youngster still, yeah.
Yeah, just a youngster. And then to find out he was the head elder, I said, wow. I said, he must have some good sermons. But he retired from that aspect of being an elder
Okay.
some time ago. But I was sort of surprised to see him, how active he is. His mind is sharp, still drives, you know. And one thing that impressed me was that he was always a person, and he still is a person, that is there to serve and help other people.
The morning we spent with Hubert, we also had the opportunity to talk with his daughter Connie, who told us of many fond memories growing up in the Pierce household. Because of time limitations, we'll have to continue this extraordinary story. But at this point, here's what we've learned on how to live beyond 100 according to Hubert Pierce. Love and live for the Lord. Have a giving, unselfish heart to those around you. Give more than you receive. Eat right. Keep active on the things that are important to you and your family. As far as eating vegetarian, we found that Hubert limited himself to 2 meals a day and enjoyed that time immensely. We just had to ask him what his favorite dish was.
I don't know. I like mashed potatoes and gravy.
Well, at the church potluck that day, Hubert made the point of bringing his favorite dish, which we found delicious. We hope you'll join us on the future edition of Michigan Magazine as we explore more wonderful stories about Hubert and his family here on Michigan Magazine. Michigan Magazine is being brought to you in part by Cops and Donuts Bakery, downtown Clare. What began as a crazy idea among 9 police officers to purchase the historic Clare City Bakery quickly became an international phenomenon, carrying on a Michigan tradition with delicious donuts, pies, pastries, breads, original coffee, and more. Plus a full menu at the new adjacent Traffic Stop Diner. Downtown Clare, a winning combination. Cops and Donuts. Hale Hardware, your do-it-center in Hale, Michigan. Much more than a regular hardware store, providing everything you need for whatever your project is, along with a knowledgeable sales staff to get her done. Serving Northern Michigan since 1946. Hale Hardware, south of M65 at Ainsley in Hale. Rose City Drug, just south of the Rose City city limits at 2640 North M33, featuring a state-of-the-art, completely automated and extremely accurate computer-filled prescription process.
Here at Rose City Drug, we're a family-owned and operated for over 20 years. We offer fast and friendly service, and we always take the extra step to make sure your needs are fulfilled.
Deep in the wilderness of northern Michigan, 2 men built it, and they came. Amazing Coopersville, Old West Town. The story is just so amazing to us. It's the stuff that movies like Field of Dreams are made. Michigan Magazine never in our wildest dreams ever thought something could snowball as fast and make so many people so happy as this little Old West town called Coopersville in Oscoda County, of all places. It was a few years back that Spike, the owner, saw in his mind's eye a small old western town that could bring back a time he remembered in his childhood where good and evil was not so blurred. Spike passed his vision on to friend and neighbor Stan, who believed that it was possible to create, and the two set to work.
Well, I heard him talking about it for 2 or 3 years, and I finally said, well, let's just do it. Get it done.
And it only started, a little over a year, or perhaps almost a year?
About last April, middle of last April, we started the framework.
What's the whole dream about?
Having something that everybody can enjoy. Bringing back times when people were people.
Honesty.
Yep.
And if they weren't honest, we have the gallows here.
There you go.
And behind the gallows, I see a boot hill. You guys have thought of everything. And it's taken you about a year to do it so far. You guys are still gung-ho, going really, further with your dream to make it a place that is something that come to and remember.
Yep, it's a never-ending dream. So we got more ideas, but the place belongs to everybody. People donated stuff, and people's come here and enjoyed it and brought their kids, and that's what the reward is.
You're not in it for the money.
No.
Nope.
Any money that's made here goes to charity. A lot of stuff's been donated to me, and that makes it great, because this isn't mine anymore. It belongs to everybody. We all take care of it, and Stan, I could never did it without him. I mean, he's been here just about every day, and and it works out good. We have a lot of fun. We've had a lot of people here, young people, old people. But
what are some of the comments that you get?
Oh, everybody just loves it. Never had anybody have a negative thought about it. People couldn't believe it when they got here. But it's really great.
You have a good time. That's what it's all about, a fun time, and the light you see on some of the kids' faces are gonna.
If you come to Coopersville, you gotta have a good time. If you don't have a good attitude, we don't want you.
Head on back down the street.
You're right.
Here we go.
Yep.
But what are your plans? Just to keep building, or what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Long as we can.
As long as you can.
because just the joy of seeing people look at it, and it's so, everybody says, well, you should charge admission. I don't want the money.
What do you plan on doing? I mean, you and Spike have any plans, or
It's never ending.
never ending?
We're always arguing about little things, you know. What are we going to do now? I think we ought to do it this way, we ought to do it that way. We end up doing it both ways.
What's the project you guys got working on now?
We're working on the boarding house out there.
Okay, boarding house. Okay. Can you name all the buildings offhand?
Just about, yes, sir.
Let's see what we can tell you. What
We've got Gene and Shirley's boarding house. We got the post office. We've got Kathy's cafe. We've got the boot shop. We got my wife's bakery out there, Deb's Bakery. Then we come into the saloon. Then we got the bordello. Next to our bordello, we got the bank. Next to the bank, we have D&M Hardware. Next to that, we have the dentist, the veterinarian, the doctor's office. Next to that, we have the undertaker's office. Next to that, we have our local chapel. Next to that, of course, we have the gallows. And then behind the gallows, of course, we got Boot Hill. Then we cross the moat and we have our courthouse and our jail.
There you go.
And we come around the horseshoe, we have George Warren's sawmill with a working water wheel. Then we have our livery and our blacksmith shop.
Since our first visit to Coopersville back in the spring of 2014, Spike and Stan have been working nearly non-stop, adding more and forming many new dreams for expansion and additions. This past summer, Michigan Magazine producer, historian, and Old West hero aficionado Clifford Parrott has been working closely with this dynamic duo and bringing the town to life with Old West hero lookalikes making their way to this step back in time, coming from throughout the United States to Coopersville. They've been welcomed with open arms and amazement from the younger generation, who, for a moment, have left their Xboxes, PlayStations, iPods, and iPhones home and actually, not virtually, stepped into the Old West, forming memories that last a lifetime. When people leave and visit here and then leave, what do you want them to take with them?
Good thoughts. Yep. I want people to remember it, enjoy it, treat it like it was theirs.
Very good. Thanks. Clemick Sales and Service on Mapes Road, west of Mile, your complete recreational vehicle sales and service connection. Visit their beautiful showroom of new and pre-owned ATVs, lawnmowers, power equipment, snowmobiles, utility vehicles, and more. Clemick Sales and Service is also the home of the American-made Victory motorcycle line on display at Clemick's on Mapes Road, Mile.
Vacation. Don't make the planning of it more than what you're trying to get away from. At northernmichigancabinrentals.com, you can choose from over 2,500 cabins, cottages, lodges, resorts, lakefront vacation home rentals, and more. Whatever experience you're looking for, from rustic to luxury and everything in between. No more rustling with telephone books. No more endless internet searches. Just one site with over 2,500 Northern Michigan destinations. northernmichigancabinrentals.com.
Memora Productions is a Michigan video company that provides its services for weddings, special events, documentaries, and more. Give us a call at 248-417-0030 and check out our website at memoraproductions.com.
Thanks for joining us along Michigan's back roads. We'd like to congratulate Steve Leverton of Lewiston, Michigan, our latest winner on Michigan Magazine. Steve wins a delicious meal from the Cedar Tavern and Grill of Lupton. Stay tuned. We'll be giving away more delicious meals from not only the Cedar of Lupton, but we have delectable delights from the new Rustic Inn of Lewiston. Start the new year right with Michigan Magazine by entering our weekly secret phrase revealed sweepstakes. Your chance to win is coming up now. Here's the secret phrase. Wishing you a great 2016. You know the drill. Send the phrase with your name, address, and phone number via email or U.S. mail at the address listed here. Good luck. For more information on today's show, go to thespiritofmichigan.com. Happy New Year, everyone. We'll see you on the next edition of Michigan Magazine. We'd like to thank all those that help keep Michigan Magazine on the road. Cops and Donuts Bakery, downtown Clare. A winning combination. Cops and Donuts. Hingeman Acres Canoe Livery and Resort on M33 just north of Mayo, catering to the outdoor enthusiasts. Cabins, canoes, kayaks, rafts, and more. Daytime or overnight trips along the world-famous Asabo River. A family getaway for over 75 years.
25,000 mornings, give or take, is all we humans get. We spend them on treadmills, we spend them in traffic, and if we get lucky, really lucky, it dawns on us to go spend them in a world where a simple sunrise can still be magic. 25,000 mornings. Make sure some of them are pure Michigan. Your trip begins at michigan.org.